NYPD cop booted after faking COVID diagnosis to extend Dominican Republic vacation. New York City, the Big Apple to end 2023. You know what? I wouldn't want to go back to work either if my job consisted of having to chase a bum that smeared dookie along the subway walls. A QR code doomed the career of a Bronx NYPD officer accused of faking a COVID diagnosis so he could extend a family vacation, the Daily News has learned. It's always the Bronx on a trip to the Dominican Republic DR in September 2022. Officer Edward Nunez-Nunez, no, that's not an echo, wife came down with COVID, says a recently released departmental trial decision. Nunez, a 7-year NYPD veteran who was assigned to the Bronx, said he suffered COVID symptoms too and sought treatment at the same medical clinic that treated his spouse, but the clinic staff never gave him a COVID test, NYPD documents say. This might be worse than Craig getting fired on his day off for stealing boxes, lying about having COVID so you could get a few extra days vacation. Man, take your ass to work and kill some of those rats or whatever you do in New York to fight crime. When Nunez called the NYPD to report he had COVID and needed to go on sick leave, he called out all the way from DR. The department said it needed a positive COVID test result. According to internal court documents, he should have known they were going to ask for that. Nunez went back to the clinic where a staffer gave him a piece of paper indicating he had tested positive. The document said they gave him a sick note, but the test result was for someone else. The QR code on the document revealed anyone who ran their phone over the QR code could realize that the test belonged to someone else, said an NYPD source with knowledge of the case. See, he really didn't think this through, and that's why you don't make detective. You don't see the angles. I wouldn't have wanted to come back either. It's cold as hell up here, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You strap your boots up, you get yourself a chopped cheese, and go investigate graffiti or something, whatever you do in the Bronx. When the bogus test was discovered, the police department charged Nunez with criminal possession of a forged instrument. He was also charged with making false and misleading statements when he was questioned by the Internal Affairs Bureau over the matter. Nunez at first insisted the test results were his. Stop lying, but he ultimately confessed that a COVID test was never taken, say documents. He maintained that he did have COVID and the clinic agreed with him because his wife had tested positive. Bang up medical work. Nunez said he had asked the clinic for a doctor's note saying he had been treated before but was given the fake positive test report instead. If even half of what he's saying is true, that medical staff has some serious integrity issues. We're talking about COVID here. This is not the common cold, hell, it's not even the flu. And look at what happened at the end of the day. All because you didn't want to go to work. Now you're facing criminal charges. I should have said the truth. Knowing is half the battle, huh? Nunez admitted at a hearing on the departmental charges, according to NYPD trial room court papers. I just wanted to spend more time with the family. Aw, you know, I never had a family vacation. It was no malicious intent. I don't think it was. I should have said the right thing. Nunez pleaded guilty to the departmental charges and submitted himself to the mercy of a department tribunal. Assistant Deputy Commissioner of Trials Vanessa Facio-Lince in April recommended that Nunez be put on dismissal probation, meaning he could keep his job but be fired if he violated any more NYPD rules and procedures within the next year. Police Commissioner Edward Caban disagreed with the finding and ordered Nunez's termination. He's done. You wanted to spend more time with your family? There you go. I don't know what he was thinking, but 10 out of 10 of these jobs want to see verification that you had COVID, and they also want to see verification that you no longer have COVID, especially when you deal so closely with people as a police officer. Nunez had already left the department by the time Caban's orders came through in October. He declined to comment when reached by the Daily News Friday.